it will be his listen. But again, how are you sure that Soludo, knowing the kind of person he is, do you understand me? He cannot control Chidoka for any reason. Soludo is playing the politics of similar to Tinubu. Do you understand me? So how sure is Chidoka that after endorsing Soludo, that after doing all these things, that Soludo will support him when it reaches to the turn of Anambra Central? That is, if Soludo wins the second, for the second distance election. That is, I am not saying for sure. I'm saying that if he ever wins, how sure is Chidoka that Soludo will pick him or will back him in the bid of becoming the governor of Anambra State? How sure is he about that? That is my point.
Let me now ask you a very practical,
yes?
a very practical question. So, do you think that if opposition defeats Tinubu in 2027, that what was it called? That Chidoka will prefer to run under Apuga than in a case Soludo is still the governor, or to run in opposition, the party that is in power? Which one do you think he will prefer to do?
It depends on the opposition. If the opposition led by PeterObi defeats Soludo, Chidoka will not run under PeterObi because PeterObi will likely not back him. Do you understand me? PeterObi will likely not back him. I am not sure about that. But if it is Atiku that defeats Soludo, so that defeated Tinubu, certainly he will run to that party. That is what I'm 100% sure. Or maybe any other candidate. But PeterObi will not side. I am not sure, but I do not think that PeterObi will side Chidoka for sure. So it's just on both this thing. It goes both sides.
Okay.
It goes both sides. So Apuga.
Okay, if he runs,
Apuga player now.
PeterObi is the candidate, right?
Yes.
If PeterObi is the president, right? He's not likely going to get the ticket of the party, right?
It's not likely. It's not likely.
Okay.
I do not think
that. So he may still try in Apuga, but if PeterObi is the president, there's no way Apuga will win his party.
No way.
Although it does not although it doesn't, but there's no way because the election will be another thing entirely.
There's no way.
So,
Alpha, are you listening to me? If PeterObi becomes the president of Nigeria, there is no way Africa will win his candidate. It is impossible unless they pick somebody that is notorious, and PeterObi will not allow such. Do you understand me? PeterObi will advocate that that Anambra Central should pick a candidate, and trust me, that candidate will be strong. And if that candidate is strong, I do not see Apuga surviving it. That is why Apuga came out. Soludo came out against PeterObi. PeterObi being the president is the death of Apuga. And if Apuga die in Anambra State, Apuga will die as a political party. So if you look at Soludo's this thing, you say, okay, he's trying to play politics, but he just went overboard with it. Do you understand me? He went overboard with it. So Chidoka should understand that he has achieved a lot in his life. He must not be the governor of Anambra State. Do you understand me? He is a respected person till today in Anambra State. But Anambra State does not start and end in his ambition. Him not coming out to speak against Apuga, against Soludo's failure, is just not acceptable. And again, it is not to say that Soludo will not support him, because in a campaign that Soludo he went to do in Obosi, Soludo told Obosi people that they are big enough to be a local government in Anambra State, and that is the truth. Obosi is bigger than Onitsha in size and in population. You understand me? So I do think that Obosi is big enough to be a local government on itself. So that is like tilting towards Iko Obosi, our man, Osta Chidoka, who is a proud son of Obosi. So they may say, okay, I will support Chidoka when it reaches the turn of Anambra Central, because Anambra Central came out to support me. Do you understand me? So that is why I told the Moesha group, in this coming election, there is a zone that has nothing to lose, and this is Anambra North. Go there first. Make it a stronghold. Then fight for Anambra Central. Do you understand me? Fight for Anambra South. When you have Anambra North supporting you, then you have the base that you can start with. They failed to do it. Till today, they failed to do such. So that is my annoyance with them. Anambra Center is now telling everybody that, see, even if, Nigerian politics, Soludo might not be that good, but we will support him to finish his 4 years so that we will take over from them. And that is what Idemili people are saying. And Idemili are very big. Idemili group is one of the biggest groups, if not the biggest, in Anambra State. Okay, elite group is bigger. So there are some elite group in Idemili. So what I'm saying is this, if Idemili support you, you have an advantage. So that is my point. Idemili are not supporting Soludo, telling him to finish his 4 years so that they will take over from him. So that is what, if you see me being a bit negative or being pessimistic, this is one of the reasons why I'm pessimistic. Idemili is there for taking. Go earlier, play your games well, meet these people, do as much as you can to get your zones. And that is what Ifyoba was doing. You remember that Ifyoba went, he went to Allah and meet their king. Do you understand me? He went to Nene and meet their king. They gave him title. It was that time that Soludo dethroned the king in Nene. Can you remember that? That was the game that Ifyoba was playing.
I remember that.
And yes, also, and he played this game like as early as 2 years ago. To give you to tell you how serious he was with his political ambition. Play this game well. And when he dethroned that one, it became one of the biggest issues. The Obi came out to condemn the Soludo's insult. And you know that those people, those sides are also considered Nre side. And Nre is influential in Anambra State. They want to use that thing against Soludo. I don't know how it did not succeed. There were a lot of agitation in that Nre side. And you cannot be thrown a blood of essence like that without this political distance because of their politics. As I best say that came out, condemned it, and that is I don't think that is why he used his politics to make the king of opposition and the traditional ruler of Anambra State this thing. That was the reason now. And that Obosi and Onitsha, their dog and cat fight. That one, Soludo is playing a very dangerous political game in Anambra State. And after making the Obosi king, the traditional ruler of the leader of Anambra State traditional rulers, he invited this man from Abuja. You know who and gave him title. It's up and down. You know who now? And that Obosi king gave him the title. Do you know why he did it? You know that if it was Atebe might not.
Atebe might. What is it called? DK Simba. One.
Oh, I'm not coming to oh, if I'm not be up and down. How about where DK Simba? If I'm not only up and down. So, also, if it was Atebe, as he told us, Atebe will not agree. He might not agree to give him any title. So he changed the politics. He makes sure that the Obosi king became the leader of Anambra State traditional rulers. Then once he was in that position, he was able to manipulate his way into allowing Obosi king to give the title to Tinubu. It's here up and down of Nigeria. So that is it. That man, he played a very dangerous political game. So today, Atebe is no longer but Atebe, that man is a very wise and learned man. He did not want to come out against to speak it, because if I had been that he came out on that, Soludo will be in trouble. Trust me, bro. Soludo will be in trouble, because Atebe is a very influential king in the Anambra State. So in all these things, I don't think that it could have been a reason. In fact, these are like some of the campaign things that could have been used against Soludo, but none of them were used against him. Soludo is a lucky man, trust me. So come 2025, the APC, I do not see any chance they have. In fact, even that their deputy governor, their deputy candidate, is more popular than him. Trust me. He's more influential in Anambra politics today. When I mean Uche Ekwunife is more influential than Ikukwoma in Anambra State. Ekwunife could have been, if Ekwunife was a candidate, then you know that this person got aside will vote for her. But you see that Ikukwoma, trust me, bro, I do not see him winning a single local government. Maybe Anambra, maybe Nnewi South, which I'm not sure. He will struggle even to win his Nnewi South.
Ikukwoma will win in Nnewi South.
He will struggle. He will struggle.
Okay, yeah, he will struggle because you know why? Apuga, right? Soludo has given one person Senate, right? That is Oduduwa, the guy in Senate now, the guy that won. So that guy will try as much as possible to take away that Okpo. And Okpo, they used to vote. There's a way they used to vote. They give unanimous votes. That's that's part of our problem. They go and do some consultation. They will now come and tell many people that this is how you are going to vote. So they always vote based on resolutions. So what was it called? The guy will try as much as possible to hold down Newe, sorry, that for Agnes for him, right? At least, if not win, in fact, they will win up. Apuga will win up. Soludo will likely win up. Why the rest of the place?
And from the resources,
yeah.
from the resources that Apuga has in Anambra State, you know that they will struggle. In fact, they will fight to win a APC in their local government, so that it will be like a humiliation. That has always been our politics. So
yeah, but the thing is, if you notice, because in that Navy South, the constituency one, right, the four towns, right, football has always dominated them in everything. The member of House of Assembly, although they have the population, I think they out of the there are 20 wards in the Navy South, right? I think 6 of them come from Okpo, right?
are they bigger than Unubi?
Enugu is a very small town. Enugu is just one word. And then yes, Okpo has 6 wards.
What of Osumenyi? Sorry, Osumo.
No, Osubo is not in the Navy South. Osubo is in, I think he's close to, it's one of the local government close to that.
Is it Ihiala? No, now
Ihiala.
Osumo, is it Ihiala or Nnewi South?
He's not in Navy South. Osumenyi is in Navy South.
I know Osumenyi.
Osubo is probably Ihiala or that place Orumba North or South. That's the axis they are. So I'm not sure the one they are anyway. But they are not.
Osumenyi cannot be.
I mean,
Osumenyi
Osumo. You mean Osumenyi?
Yes.
And you Osumo. Osumenyi is in Navy South. Osumenyi is in Navy South now. That is where Ikukwama comes from. Yeah.
Okay, now back to this thing. APC will likely lose Nnewi South. Do you understand this? The Nnewi North will be in contention between Apuga.
They may not lose the Nnewi South, right? Okay, they will. Okay, let me see. Amit has about Amit Ward 1, Ward 2, right? I think Amit has 2 wards. 3, I've forgotten. Oh no, Amit has 3 wards, right? Azibo 1 ward, right? What was it called? Ekulu 1 ward, Unubi 1 ward, right? Amichi, Ekulu, Unubi, Azibo. Then Osumenyi. These 3 places, these 6 towns are in constituency 1. Now, I don't know why they added Osumenyi to constituency 1 anyway. Osumenyi is just 1 ward, right? Then when you go to constituency 2, where Okpo falls into, right? Okpo has that has Mbanese, right? That is Mbanese includes Osumeni, but they are in constituency 2, which I don't understand why they are added to our own constituency. So now you have Mbanese, right? Now you have Ezinipite, right? Akuihedi. What's the name of these other people? Okay. I think we also have Otu in our own, right? So Ezinipite, Akuihedi. What's the name of the other town? One other town plus all of them with Okpo. Now, Okpo is almost 80% of their voting bloc. That's where the problem lies. So since Okpo is almost 80% of their voting bloc, Okpo always dominated the voting pattern. I mean, the people that went to anything, including House of Assembly. I remember in 2019 when we were campaigning, one of the guys who was contesting, right, was really crying about that. But again, people rejected the speaker who was in Africa, right, Madam Speaker. But they voted for someone else in PDP, and the person now is in YPP and also won. So it kind of makes it a little bit difficult and complicated. Now, Soludo has appeased them by making their person um, the senator from Nnewi South. So the person will definitely uh, almost going to take away Okmo, whatever, however you want to do it. So if the person takes away Okmo, that's 6 words out of the 20 words. They are left with 14. I don't know who will win in Amici. I don't know who will win the other places because I believe in my own side, right? The supporters of PeterObi are still very solid because even in our polling units in this last by-election, it was ADC that won there, even with unknown candidates, because all the machinery was deployed to work for to support PeterObi. So it's kind of very difficult. So that is why I'm very hopeful that more I look at still get something because in my side, they have a lot of stalwarts who support PeterObi who will make sure that he wins that place. But outside our base, right, the governor infiltrates. Like Okpona is almost in the pocket of the governor. There no Kachuku will try and pocket his own town now. He will do as much as possible to pocket his own town. So at the end of the day, Nnewi South is up for grab. Nnewi North, if they decide unanimously come together, Mogalo will win it. So I'm expecting the likes of Tony Moye to do something for Mogalo in Anambra North. And I'm also expecting the likes of Victor Ome to put skin in the game. Because Victor Ome is also, he wants to become governor. Although we know it's impossible, but he wants to run. So let him put skin in the game. So that we'll promise him that next time he can hold the tickets. Although we know he's not going to be governor. That guy is already too old. I think he's over 67, but I know he'll be eyeing to run for governor when he's almost 70.
We mean somebody from Aniocha against Eden. Come on, they don't have any chance now.
He doesn't have any chance, but he holds the ticket of a popular party. I mean, didn't PeterObi win in Gige? Is PeterObi not from Aniocha? Did he not win? Did he not win in Gige with upon all that they don't have they didn't have population and everything. He depended on votes from other places to win.
Alpha, you see that Anambra South, yeah? You get beat PeterObi like it. Even Giga, eh?
In their side now, but when they left their side, people be using to mob ground.
Yeah, that's your point, eh? Even when Giga contested for Senate under ACN, eh? You know he's the opponent. His opponent then was Dora Kunyem in Apuga. Eh? I could report to that. Come on, this is in Giga. This is in Giga in his zone.
It was just 25 votes that Giga used to win. So even if they with all their population, they nearly died to win Dora. So I mean, if you do your things well.
Do you know what helped? Do you know what helped? Do you know what makes Giga not to wipe a floor with Akunyel? Yeah. It was that thing that this man deported the Igbo people. Anyway, let me not go into that. People will not know why Anambra will never vote for APC. People will not know that. The first law that APC broke was that Fashola deported Igbo people to Onitsha, and people came out.
Well, that thing was mad. I mean, you packed some Nigerians who are not even probably from Anambra State and drop them in Onitsha.
People came out. Also, that day, we followed it. People came out. You know what people will be now? He came out that Nigerians are now deporting their people back to Nigeria. Do you understand me? And it was Fashola. He spoke against it. In the morning, in the whole main market, people were so angry. People were so annoyed. Do you understand me? That was when APC was. I do think that was when APC was used from, and that was the death of APC in Anambra State. Till today, nobody will listen to APC if you talk about APC. Till today, the APC died before it even kick off in Anambra State. Trust me. Check any election, general election, APC will get the least percentage of votes and the least number of votes always in Anambra State. So, and that is it. So one Ngiga contested in that election, that Senate, I told Ngiga, see, this one, you are popular bet. This is APC. You will never win anything in APC. And that was why he did not win anything.
That was the second tenor when Uche Kunife and Victor May.
Yes. So no, it was Senate. It was during
he said his second tenor in Senate.
Yes.
Yeah, his second tenor in Senate.
His second tenor in Senate, and he said, you know, he contested under ACN and won. But once he joined ACN,
he won under ACN.
ACN merged with CPC to form APC. So he joined APC automatically to contest, and he failed woefully. He
used him to mock law. The sitting senator, was it 5,000 votes? I mean, what Uche Kunife and this guy used him to do there?
That was when he learned that APC will not win anything in Anambra State. Even if they present a pope, they will not win anything in Anambra State. So that was why he did not contest. He did not contest again.
You are not standing like Tinubu. Tinubu said that even if Buhari had chosen a pope as running mate, that the people will not support him.
No, it was Fashola that killed APC in Anambra State. He was the one that deported people to Onitsha. Do you understand me? And some people, you know what people were saying? That they are not deporting Igbo people from Lagos. That Nigerians are not deporting their fellow Nigerians. You know such a news now. It spread. And that was why APC is the enemy number one of. In fact, now during the election, the first enemy you will handle is APC. Then if you beat APC, then you can face your 2019, the state chairman of the APC in Anambra State was summoned. He was summoned now. How can they get such number of votes? That's why they are still coming to like commission the Zig's library in Onitsha. How could they get such number of votes? I don't know. Did they go to up to 20,000 votes in Anambra?
It was 33,000, right? Even this guy got more than them.
There's someone that.
What was the name? The Apuga candidate.
There's someone that chairman.
The Apuga candidate.
In fact, they were saying that their chairman sold the APC. That was not the truth. So there is no way APC will get any votes. We get meaningful votes in Anambra State. They failed before they could start, and that was the end of it. So up till now, how many of them are saying that they will win Anambra State? Like they were saying in Edo and other states. They know that, see, my party does not have any chance in Anambra State. And they are not supporting Apuga. They are not all Apuga. Apuga is the best thing before the slice or after the sliced bread. Such a pathetic set of people. So, Madam Valari, and all the campaign leaders of Moyalu, you guys will not humiliate us. So let us not allow this man to do 21 over 21. I beg you. They will make a lot of noise in our groups on WhatsApp. I beg. You guys will save us.
21 over 21 is impossible, except at least I'm sure of 3 local government where Soludo will not win. 21 over is impossible. But again, the difference is what exactly are other people doing for the guy? I'm expecting Tony Moyo to be. I mean, Senate has been on recess. They have not been late. But anyway, I don't know how engaging, right, this guy is with him. Morgado is with him. Because if Tony Moyo is the one running for this thing, the only thing he has against him is zoning. I do not think that by now it will be as silent as it is today. I mean,
Alpha,
is
Alpha.
one person,
You know Tony
one
Moyo.
person that I know that he would have given. I mean, see, if Tony Moyo is from Nnewi, for example, and is with this ticket going against Soludo in this type of election, there's nothing on earth that will return Soludo. Nothing. It's not possible. Nothing on earth will return Soludo. Val is a two-way thing, right? Val, people have to overwork themselves. In fact, P2B and everybody have to put their skin in the game for Val to win. Even Morales in the similar shoe. But if it was Tony Moyo, oh my God. By now, so do the for don't run come off and go kind for don't. Is it this one that is throwing nonsense jab with Okachi? He would have been sure that he will lose the election. He would have been sure.
Alpha, even the ọkwa ndị anyị sasịla ya plan ayo ịma otu na-enwe ya ife anyị ji wee ka ntụọ nke Igbo biko sorry you stupid ya nụrụ ife na-ekwu you won't hear me you won't understand me ịma ife anyị ji wọta Tony Nwoye ịma Tony Nwoye bụ na ụdị mmadụ ọmụ agege ọ ka ọ na-eburu na-esi na isi na ihe impeach Peter Obi buru na-esi a ọbụnata ya na ọma mbara dọba na ọya na-ajụ elect anya na mana akwụkwọ Tony Nwoye becoming the governor I'm not sure of that honestly. If I tell about Koja no ọgụ na ọgụ ka ọ na-anụkarị na ịkpọle anya ebe ọ tụọla ya ọgụ. So Tony Moyo is in the governor. I'm not sure of that. But in terms of popularity, in terms of popularity,
don't wait the same problem with Ethiopia. He's not the type of people that would like to elect as governor. So he may not necessarily win. But again, sometimes things will change, right? Especially when you are going against a character that has shown that to be the
But in his base, there is no Anambra politician, maybe by minus PeterObi, that has more strong base, more base. And when it comes to base, than Tony Moyo. In fact, he was even warming up to contest. It was PeterObi that told him to rest. It is not Anambra, not
see, every Anambra politician, right, who's schooled within Nigeria, right, from let me say 1980s, right, till now, right, they are almost loyal to Tony Moyo. I'm telling you the truth because whether anywhere they schooled, okay, he was last president. That was why I don't remember.
So, minus that, he was the non-president, one of the youngest ever non-president. Minus
yes.
Minus that,
he has a lot of influence. Yeah.
He maintained his friendship with political distance. You know Tony Moyo, if you deal with Tony Moyo, if you relate with him once, he has known your name, he has known you. You'll be surprised that Tony Moyo, he will see you somewhere and call you by your name. You'll be surprised.
He's very generous also.
He will see you.
And that is where he catches it.
No, it's not about giving. It's not about giving, Sometimes,
Yeah.
I listen to me. Sometimes, you come to Bright, Bright in main market. You see Tony Moyo there. People will surround him. They will be distant. So such a thing. He's just a person that people can connect with, can relate, They see him as their own person. As in, they will see him, they see Tony Nwoye as not just this politician, no. They see Tony Nwoye as one of them. So when such person is coming out to contest in his days, you can never win him. There is nothing on this earth you can do to win him. And now, after cementing his position in Senate, he has strengthened his strong base. He has become like 10 times stronger in Anambra North. But all I'm seeing is this. Tony Nwoye is not campaigning for Moyalo. Sorry about this, but that is the fact. I have not seen any move of Tony Nwoye campaigning for him. Even in his Amambala base, he's not campaigning for him. If Tony Nwoye comes to main market and campaign for Moyalo, you do not even need PeterObi. If Tony Nwoye comes to main market and campaign for Moyalo, forget about Onitsha and all that places. But I do not know why he is not standing up for Moyalo. Is there any reason for that? I do not know. Or is Africa people begging him to just let them be? Maybe they might have been promising him that when it reaches the turn of Anambra North, they will consider him. That I do not know, and I am not sure about that. But I have not seen him coming out openly, strongly.
Yeah, he has only appeared in his rally. Even PeterObi, they only appeared in his rally. That's not what you call. That's not
you know what I mean
support.
Now? You know what I mean now? You know what I
mean? He has a political structure, right? Which I don't think anybody can take away from him. If he has activated it for more by now, Oduduwa will be running away. But again, if he did it, I don't know whether people will know it. So that's another thing. They can be doing it there, you will not know. Just like I'm very sure that in my own town, Mogalo will win. Starting from my polling unit, he will win, but he may not win my local government because there are a lot of vested interest there. But in the place where I'm voting, the structure is already there. But in other places, I'm not very sure. This guy, I think, I don't know. I think I saw in the news, I don't know how true it was, that he made a Barrister Okoli Akrika, that's a former PO's commissioner, his campaign DG. If I were him, I would have made Senator Tony Nwoye my campaign DG. If I were George Mogalo, those moves you will not look at it that it's too big or it's too small, because if you look at it, why should Ekunife be advising what's it called, Okachukwu in the first place? The move is very strategic, to be honest with you. And that is why I would have done for this guy. Right? And if not that they are running under APC, it would have been their election to lose. Because why? The idea that Ekunife will take over from what's it called? This guy, Mora, sorry, his principal is very high. Then the idea that he's also from the Central, where the power is going there, so he will not let him do second. So everything will almost align if they were running under a different platform that is not APC. But again, I don't think if I were Mogalo, right, I would have made Tony Nwoye my what's it called, my campaign DG, and I see how they will not unpack Suludo from my hard work. But again, we are doing everything we can and we'll win the election. We'll win it the way you people will not understand. These ones, you guys are coming here and telling us more than this, more than that. We'll win. When I finish voting, I'll post my polling unit results so that you guys will see that at least I delivered. Yeah.
I don't have to prove anything to anybody. What I'm saying is this: how sure are you that the Africa people have not contacted Tony Nwoye and asked him to just mellow down? That when it reaches his turn, and the Anambra not turn, they will consider him. How sure are you about that? And Tony Nwoye have now one listing to be the governor of Anambra State, which honestly I do not like.
That is 80. That is 12 years from now.
No, this is a theory. This is a conspiracy theory. But again, this is from me.
How does that even make sense? Like you promise someone something 12 years from now.
Yeah, again, yeah, it seems far-fetched anyway.
I mean, it sounds ridiculous. I believe that they did not. To be honest with you, I don't want to go into certain things. I believe Mogalu pulled the rug under their feet in that primaries. And many of them have not forgiven him. That is why we are seeing all this nonsense. That is what me I believe. I'm not going to hide it. That is what I believe. Like he pulled the rug under their feet. So but so for them not to scatter the table, they will say, let us work let us just be together and see what will happen after the election. If he wins, let it be that we supported him. If he doesn't win, we move on. That is what I'm seeing. I'm not think it's not that because if you look at it, right, if everybody had contested fair and square in that primaries, right, all of them had the opportunity. Not the type of primaries APC did, or the type that because everybody was looking, and all of them that knew that oh, there's no godfather that control this place were looking at going into Labour Party and competing on equal front, right, without any uh, prior advantage. That if that had happened, right, I've not seen anywhere more alone would have emerged, to be honest with you. Even Tony Moye might have even emerged, irrespective of his zoning formula and all those things. But let's say it was even by that he was told not to run, right? But the party had no problem. All the factions were together and everything. It becomes, it will make common sense. This is my own theory. But I think because of the way it happened and everything, all of them were like, oh, see, you don't do and go. I mean, we will support you, but we will reluctantly support you. That is what I'm thinking because otherwise, this would have taken him to court now. By now, I will not be candidate. If they are taking that case, if any of the people that were within the LP takes him to court, by now I will not be candidate because um, Abure was the one that conducted his primaries and all those things. So if you look at it, I believe that that is their grievance, not even this Apuga thing. Because I don't know how you go and meet Tony Moye today and tell him that in 12 years' time you're going to give him a senatorial ticket or something. I mean, governorship tickets. In fact, make I shock you, by the time so if Soludo manages to get second tenor, which I don't believe he will, by the time we finishing, right, Tony Moyo can still make argument that he can be he has every right to contest because at this time everybody has tasted the power, so he can go any region, and it's a valid argument. And at that time, right, Anambra North will be the region with the least shot in power because what's his name? South we have 12 years. North Central we have 11 years. North we have only 8 years. So there will be the region with the least shot in power. So short as governance. So he can make the argument and it's valid. So promising him that to lie to queue behind the African person, I mean that doesn't make any political sense. But I believe that part of the reason why he's going that way is because the way it happened before this guy emerged. So and whenever things like that happen, right? Yeah, we may not see the big guy in outside, but not the these guys are adults now. You know, go treat person like that and expect say tomorrow he go speak in capital for you. And funny enough, it was still this same guy that when Andioba robbed them in APC primaries, took Andioba to court and everything, and ensured Andioba was never candidate. So this particular time, something similar happened, and we are where we are today. So I believe those things are the contributing factors. But again, it is Nigeria. That's just the whole thing. If it's in a very different place, we could have counted all those things as important. But this is Nigeria. There's never any place where they do the right thing for candidates to emerge in primary. So that is just the problem. So if you are telling me that Moral did not properly emerge, I'll ask you how did your own candidate emerge and all those things. But the thing is that the stalwarts who would have thrown their weight behind it. And that is why for the coalition people like Yusuf, right? This is what you guys will know, right? That 2015 template will never work again, or 2014 APC template. It will never happen again in the history of Nigeria. Um, or even um, or even the 2019, where all of them threw their weight behind each other immediately after the primaries and be like, let's forge ahead. I mean, it's not going to repeat again. Yeah, because what happened in that 2015 was very simple. All of them were settled, right? An article was deceived. That was what happened. So I am not going to repeat that type of thing again in this particular thing, and I think it will be all right. That's why I'm telling you guys, come together, bring a consensus candidate, and let's move on. But if you are telling us whoever emerges you support and all this free and fair primary, they joke with adults. So that's just what I want. So that people will look at local election and see how it plays. Nobody will throw his capital behind you if you cheat him in primaries, and it's clear to him that you cheated him. It doesn't matter what you guys are negotiating. Even if you like offer him everything, the only thing there is that with one mind he will be looking at your offer. With another mind, he will be hoping that this guy will fail so that he will learn his lesson. So anyhow you look at it, if you win, he will back you. You will fulfill the promises you made for him. If you don't win, he will align with the other people and be like, this guy thinks he go buy tickets and all those things. So that's what I'm thinking. I believe that that is actually playing a role. Because and I also think probably our guy really may not be good in engaging political figures. But I think it's actually terrible that if you cannot engage political figures like Atiku and you cannot engage grassroots like PeterObi and Buhari, then how do you now want to win? That's a problem. We must know how to do the one or two. It's either you know how to engage politicians like Tinubu and Atiku and offer them a law so that they will deliver you, or you are like Kwankwaso, PeterObi, or Buhari, who can go around convince the common masses to come out and line up for them. You cannot lack these two things and want to go out and win the election. It does not happen. But again,
mention his name,
we are
Alpha.
saying 100.
Mention the person's name.
No.
Mention.
No, I'm not talking about anybody. I'm not talking about it. Of course, 100% is Morgan. He will win the election.
Yeah, Alpha, 100% it, and he will win, right? Yeah. If you believe it, lift your hands. Tell your neighbor he will win. How do you say it in your church? Tell your neighbor that Moyale will win, whether the devil like it or not. I beg. So back to the point.
No,
I hope you did not hear me, because Buhari is my friend. I don't want him to become my enemy. Moyale will win, whether the enemy wants it or not. Right?
he know they say this. We are not going to quarrel over it. More or less, you win.
That's why I hope we are saying the same thing. Just turn to your neighbor and tell him that Moyale will win, whether the devil like it or not. If you believe it.
But But are you seeing something, right? But again, Soludo is almost on the same level with Ikedi Hakim in 2011. Uh-huh. So, but what we don't have, uh,
Alpha, what are you saying? What are
is
you saying, Alpha?
I mean, Soludo's chances in the next is almost at the same level with Ikedi Hakim of
How?
2011.
How,
Let me
Alpha?
let
At
me
least,
sh- okay
can
okay
I
let
go
me
on
tell you
why? Can I go on why
okay let
is
me
the
tell
open?
Chukudima,
Eh?
when would you
now
start?
Can I
Chukudima,
let
go
when
me
on
would you
tell
why?
start
you
saying the truth? Start saying the
let me
truth,
tell you
Chukudima.
let me tell you the truth now. Let me tell you the
can,
truth.
can I go on why
Ike
is the one them? Can't get
Ikedi
the
Hakim
because.
Ikedi Hakim Ikedi Hakim in 2011, right? He banned anybody from putting a Okorocha's poster in what was it called in Owerri. So Okorocha couldn't even campaign in Owerri, if you know that. Secondly, he was throwing the type of jabs Okorocha was throwing. And in the eyes of many, Ikedi has won that election even before the election started, right? But again, right, nobody, even if you ask anybody before the election who is going to win, they will think it's Ikedi. But what happened? Okorocha managed to drag into what was it called rerun, inconclusive election. That was the first time we had it in Nigeria. And at the end of the day, Okorocha defeated him in the second. So there's a possibility, right? Because Soludo already has offended everybody. uh The only thing he needs someone that will capitalize on it. But again, have we seen that already? I am not sure. I mean, I'm telling you based on what I have, based on the what is on ground, right? I am not sure. But will it happen? That's another question. It's one thing for people to be offended, another thing for them to see alternative. So at the end of the day, people will still come out and say all of them are the same thing and wait for the highest bidder. If that happens, um, we are in. I mean, it's anybody's game, which is what is likely going to happen. But if they now say, "Oh, this guy is the alternative to this person," so Ludo is finished. But again, make we just dey observe, right? We dey observe everything. The politics is politicking. Yeah. So checks and toast, I mean, make I miss one at talk, man.
No, now
Is
also Alpha air. See, let's be honest with ourselves. Eh? In that election between Ikedi Hakim and the Okorocha, Hakim was so unpopular. I don't know. Anyway, let's not just go into that. Hakim was so unpopular. Eh? That what he was saying is that he will win whether the Imo people like it or not. That he was calling himself then the Ikiri. That you cannot hold him. The Ikiri is an animal. This animal you call the Pokopin or something. That he has this thing, you cannot hold it. Such a thing. And that man was manufacturing fake pictures, posting it in the signboard in Imo State, as what he has achieved. Bro, like Imo people were so much annoyed. They were so much like they swore that Hakim must be voted out. If you have that effect in Anambra State today, there is no way Soludo will come out and be boasting. Or sorry, not about boasting. In anywhere he will go to campaign, they will peddle him with pure water. It is not happening. Soludo might not have achieved more or have not done a lot. But when it comes to the next gubernatorial election in Anambra State, he is by far the most popular candidate. That is me being honest. When you count all the candidates and put them together, not by their standard status or by their political, what I'm saying is, if you put them in the same level ground minus their party, Soludo is by far the most popular candidate. That is the fact. Had it been that you bring out, maybe if you back you say that okay, Soludo is popular in Agwata, Tony is popular in Omambala and Anambra North, then if you buy a popular in Enugu, something such a thing. But my issue with this is this. Soludo is popular in Agwata. Where is Moyal popular in? Where is Ikukoma popular in? Where are other candidates popular in? As a candidate, you have to have your own base. Soludo now has base in Agwata. Where is the base of Moyal? Where is the base of Ikukoma? For God's sake, they do not have any base. Now, counting base out. Counting the political status out, then go to election proper. What structure, what people, like, what stakeholders the Moyalo group have? What stakeholders is APC boasting of? They can boast of structure because they are by far the richest party in Nigeria. So you will believe that some of the state listing will support him, but at the end, the APC will always be a hated party in Anambra State. So that one is a reason why APC will not win Anambra State. Minus that, in terms of local popularity, the APOGA as a party is ahead of everybody. That is the fact. Do you know that Imo State, in Dolen or Hakim, this thing that PDP is or Hakim? Are you aware of that? He went to one unpopular party. Anyway, let's not go into. All I'm saying is that it is not similar in anywhere. Soludo might not have achieved much, but again, he is by no means unpopular because the opposition did not capitalize on his failure to campaign against him. That was that. And I have been saying this thing. We do not have any opposition in Anambra State. Soludo failed woefully in security. Nobody has been calling him out or was calling him out for that till today. But when he reaches to the time of election, you come out to start campaigning. Anyway, that is my point. So that's Soludo's failure. No opposition, no political leader has been able to hold him to his failure in the state and call him out to what he is proper. Let's see how it turns out. It's just that I will not be happy if this man returns to that place. He will see it as he can do anything and nobody can talk to him or can stop him. It is just a very bad precedent to our politics in Anambra State. And it seems to be happening. And again, I hate complaining. So yes, let us work with Moyal and hope he will win. We can only hope. But again, I hate hoping. When I want to do something and I will do it, if I do not succeed, I will not forget about it and move on. All this hoping, praying, and all the rest. I just do not do that. I might be a Christian, not a devout one. But when it comes to, hey, you just hope, you just pray, you just fast, that is not what I do. Human beings are given brain to solve problems. So we have to take APC, Labour Party head on. Sorry, we have to take APOGA and Soludo's cronies head on. What listing do we have in our listing? What weapons, so to speak, do we have to take him on? The opposition has not been able to build a strong party or a strong opposition against the ruling APGA, and they have been expanding every single day till today. Man, Alpha, you might be optimistic. It is bad, it is wrong to say that APGA has won. They have not won. Will they win? That I do not know. Do they have the chance to win? Yes, they do. More than any other party. In Hakim's case in Imo State, that one, like the whole Imo people were coming up against him. In fact, how that election ended up in Iran was a surprise to many of us because we were thinking that day that the APOGA under Rochas Okorocha will pronounce the winner of that election. And some people said, someone said that Rochas Okorocha was not good and that. No, before that election, Rochas was seen as a very strong candidate in Imo State. But the issue was that he did not have any interest to contest as a governorship this thing. Most of his interests before then were all in presidency. That was why, during the primary election of 2007, he contested against Yaradua in the PDP primary. But Obasanjo supported Yaradua. So Yaradua won the primary election. Rochas Okorocha's interest has always been in that presidency. So so shame that after his effort in APC, they treated him in such manner, such disrespectful manner. Rochas Okorocha gave everything to APC, but seeing how he was kicked out, he was insulted, he was bullied because of political hunger. You know that Okorocha has turned himself like the enemy of his people because he was looking out for the APC, but at the end, that APC he was fighting for insulted him in the cruelest manner. I don't care if you're telling me he's corrupt. Most APC politicians were and are still corrupt. One of them was videoed taking money to his pocket. Till today, how many APC has visited him? I am not supporting Rochas or giving an excuse for him. All I'm saying is that he was witch hunted by those so-called people that he gave everything for. So it was a disrespect to him. So coming back, Rochas before that election against Ikedi Okakim was very, very popular in Imo State. Very, very popular candidate. So when he won, it wasn't a surprise to many of us. He was actually doing good until he joined the party of the demons, and we know who they are. So that is my point. Soludo is a failure, but he's not unpopular in Anambra State. If you say he's unpopular, then you are not telling yourself the truth. You are not telling yourself as a person the truth. Or if a group of people that say that Soludo is unpopular, then you are lying to yourself. Thank you. So, if you want to speak the mic for me.
Now, those here to throw Chukudima, you know, say Chukudima no like they talk reality in the la land. So, at least today, you don't tell him. Is he say you don't talk anything? Chukudima. Chukudima, let that collect your money.
No, it's not about money. Chukudima Alpha is just a motivational speaker. If you believe that Moesha will win, just jump up and shout. How do you
I
say
don't
it
tell
in
Alfonso. All these things where Jack they do. Jack don't collect your money for Anambra. Collect your money. No go they do free space. They carry campaign for your head. Wait, everybody knows say you go lose. Even that guy, if they tell him make he put 40% of his money into this campaign, he no go put down because he knows it's not waste. Nobody go throw money for basket now.
Talking, this is not a sudden you, but you are APC. So what is your interest in Apuga? How is APC? You see, I have noticed that most APC are supporting Apuga. Is there any reason for that?
Abga is APC.
And
APC is
Apuga. Thank you for saying the truth and taming the devil. Apuga is APC and APC is Apuga might even be worse than APC. It's just that they do not have the chance of displaying.
Soludo said we are all progressives. That's what he said. We are all progressives. So Abga or APC are the same thing. We be twins.
You see, Alpha has run away. He came here to lie to us. But Soludo was as unpopular as Ikedi Hakim. Come on, bro. Do not lie to the people on this place, I beg. Let's be honest with them for once. And maybe, and another question is this: even if Soludo is today unpopular as your Hakim was in 2011, do we have somebody as popular as Rochas Okorocha in 2011 contesting against Soludo, who is perceived to be unpopular? We do not. In a local election, again, popularity matters a lot. No matter who is backing you, if you are not popular, then you are disadvantaged. That is the fact and fact. Alaji, if I want to speak, pick the mic and speak, I beg. I want to drop stuff. I have something doing. It was for that I came and we engaged ourselves. Alaji Samson, are you there? Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, checks. You know, the network these days is quite funny. I think this man is still inside the farm. And even I was under the weather for quite a time. So good evening, everybody. Well, you know, when I heard about it and I read about what is happening, especially in Anambra with the pig, you know, it is a very interesting, nice political debate by the Obidient movement. Mogalu's CV, his antecedents in each and every sector and ramifications there is when it comes to policy, qualitative leadership, and innovative and visionary thinking to deliver a path forward for a prosperous state, even a country. I think it is there, and you get to find it in him. But the major problem is just what Checks finished talking about. It's about structure. Sometimes when you look back to the local political grassroots and systemic architecture of this thing of ours in this country, you will say the politics of structure is no longer a thing in one's time, and then you will just come and revisit and say, no, you need that structure, especially if you come to espouse this on certain political hit points in this country, perhaps Anambra, Kanu, Kaduna, and other places. You just have to know it is there and it needs to be there. Even after having somebody that you get to come, discuss, trash, soludo, but that structure, that deep penetration and political belief that has already been etched in the hearts of electorate, especially when it comes to gubernatorial election, which is non-linear in perception when it comes to the presidential election in our country. And 2023 is there for us to visit and study. And 19 also is there for us, especially if you look what happens between the relationship in the numbers of certain parties with respect to gubernatorial elections and others when it comes to presidential elections. So Obedience, as usual, might have Mogalu on Twitter, on all other places, even perhaps in the grassroots in Anambra, they get to campaign and they have a lot of things to discuss when it comes to the viability of the ticket. They get to dominate conversations and they have all the higher odds and stake in argumentations. But how will the turnout be when it comes to the polling booth? What recently happened, with the by-election with the ADC in Anambra, and still even Mr. PeterObi was on booth campaigning door-to-door. But the numbers were quite shocking. And did he perform wonderfully? No, he didn't. Just as the same thing Nasir El-Rufai did in Kaduna with respect to the by-election in ADC. But there are so many things to say, perhaps, about the ADC. It is where they are just coming. At that time, there wasn't a lot of grassroots and mobilizations and all other politicking of the X, Y, and Z that are needed, especially to galvanize voters and even swing voters to the cause. And then, of course, there's the issue of the artificial weaponization of the poverty that leads to the inducements, and desperation of purchasing of votes. 10,000 in Anambra, 5,000 municipal elections. So the ADC numbers were quite in this favored and they did wonderfully. But it was Mr. PeterObi's hometown. That is the major reason why he gets to benchmark the reality over there. So now it is to say, can it have another significant influence, especially with respect to Magalu's chance? Because it does happen recently. But if it comes to the presidential elections, there is no quite shaking, just as Engineer Abimulagonkoso sweep Kanu in 2023 with the highest number of votes from there. PeterObi is going to win Anambra, whether you like it, whether you don't like it. But how does it transverse when it comes to Magalu now? That will be a very question. Can he do that? Can the Obidient take to the tax? Because this isn't just a mere statement. It is a test, and it is going to weigh the movement, propel it perhaps beyond 27 to the Asu Rock or draw it back. If you cannot take it, this is my opinion, you cannot swing it. Why make the bold claim? You get to channel it back the door. But perhaps all the calculations have been already done and they are seeing to it they get to install a government, a governor in Anambra. Which, by the way, if Mr. Peter Obi can do that, I'm telling you, there isn't any issue about dollarization of the ticket when it comes to the primaries in the ADC. If he is to be with the ADC, he's going to have it. He's coming with a governor and he will match. I still have so many examples, especially to relate to it when I'm making my submissions because it happens. If you remember, even with the dollarization of the Atiku's influence, as people used to say, in 2015, Engineer Rabi Musa Konko, a sitting governor, happened to become second. So if Mr. Peter Obi gets to have Mogalo through the resources, which, by the way, we shouldn't have to sound messiahs when it comes to the political and corruptional attributes of winning primary election in this country, then of course there is that. He's now coming with a sitting governor, Irita Guber, and all other Labour Party candidates whom are already House of Reps and in the other places state assemblies come together. The ticket is his. But if Mogalu's chances do not play, then it is going to be a very tough day here and on the ground and across the nation because the opposition will use that rhetoric, will change it, and will portray it in a very negative format, in a very negative way. And whoever think otherwise will be just delusional and be deceiving himself because that is the game and that is what the game will entail. To say he doesn't have the chance to install his governor in his own state, then talk less of how are we thinking he's going to win, how are we thinking he's going to maneuver, how he's going to smooth his way out. Still, I have another perfect example. Look at Engineer Rabi Kongo in Kanu. Even today, with the Gandujas and everybody with the APC, he is still doing it. And the only reason why he's moving arrogantly, he's moving like he owns the place because he owns the electorate. He has that massive influence, which, by the way, as day goes on, it will break by the grace of God because the state needs to be freed from him in order to prosper to some certain economic developments that are visionary and innovative that will tally with 21st century. Reason why I don't align with these old traditional politicians that we have in this country today. So this is my opinion on the issue, and I'm grateful, Alfu, and it's been a long time that I was here to come and discuss. I was just having, under the weather, so I just have to put it out, put the old courage of a northern Hausa to come here. So I've been progressing day by day, and even today was a good day. So I yield the mic. Thank you.
Omo, I mean like I will make I close now. I don't talk finish. Rant now, it's been a while. How you want be now? We'll
Great,
come back.
great, great.
Eh? I didn't hear you. My
Okay, I
background is a
said
little bit noisy.
great. Yeah,
Eh?
money.
You said my background is a little bit noisy. I can't even hear you. I see my
Okay,
network.
I said Alhamdulillah. I said Alhamdulillah.
Okay. There's no problem. So why not they come around since now?
I told you that I'm not
Huh?
you get it.
I didn't hear you.
I am under the weather.
Ah, okay. Are you back now? Because we have been missing you around since. Are you back now?
You know, I will
Right.
be Alpha. I will
Huh?
be. I haven't
Right.
fully recovered. I will be coming around, but not that fully as before. But I will come back, inshallah, by next week.
Okay, okay. Thank God. There's no problem. We have been missing you. Me and Yusuf and T. Yeah.
I even, even I saw the link and I said, let me join my people and just at least 20 minutes.